sass, a little bit of charm, it all comes together for the greater good. A group of extraordinary women in Northeast Nebraska are making a difference in the lives of those in need, one vegetable at a time.
KTIV's Connor Trett spent the morning with the Garden Girlies in South Sioux City.
This former cattle yard in South Sioux City, Nebraska has been the garden for a group of retirees known as the Garden Girlies. Kathy Matthews has been a part of the group since the beginning and says that it started when her friend Diane Bowles was unable to plant her garden. So the group came together just to help her out.
We offered to plant it for her, and it was just a little bitty space right over there, and it just grew from there.
Years later, Voices for Food, a program coordinated through the University of Nebraska, was looking to expand their operation that grew produce for local food banks and approached the Garden Girlies.
Whoa!
Connie Schoenberger says as a group they obliged, and a decade later, every year from spring to first frost, the group has been growing and harvesting thousands of pounds of fresh produce for people in need.
I mean, it's really pretty neat to see the need in our community and then to serve it. You know, and people talk about what it costs in the grocery store. These people have a need and not the money to do it. And when you see them come in and how appreciative they are, it's really wonderful. You know, it really makes you feel good.
And this is what they'll end up with after about a day's worth of work. This is roughly 300 to 400 pounds of produce. And after they're all done, they'll load up and head to town. That produce will be taken directly to food banks ran by Voices for Food to be distributed to almost 100 families throughout Siouxland.
Always a pickup load, and you think, oh, that's too much, it'll never go, but it does. And by the end of the day, usually it's all gone. So it's just amazing.
We take some to the health hub in South Sioux there, and they were dropping off some zucchini, and a little gal came up and said, oh, I'm so glad to see this because last year I was picking food out of the garbage cans. So it's that kind of reception.
Making a difference 1 pound of produce at a time. In South Sioux City, Nebraska, Connor Trett, KTIV News 4.
Hey, KTIV follow the produce from the truck to the First Lutheran Church in South Sioux City, where Voices for Food hosted its food pantry today.
Sometimes there is some left, but very seldom. Very seldom is there anything left. It's getting put to use, and that's what they want, and that's what we want too.
Well, the Garden Girlies plan to continue harvesting until the first frost of the year, which they expect to be in October. If you are interested in helping out, they're always happy to have a few volunteers on hand. Information on how you can volunteer is inside this story on KTIV.com.